a beautiful day here in Miami. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of World Tennis. We're at the Magic City Fronton and also the World Highlight League, serving host to this year's series of World Tennis. And we want to welcome our legendary guest, the Hall of Famer John McEnroe and his brother Patrick McEnroe, as they are setting history, playing in the first ever tennis match in the Serengeti in Africa. Now, this match will be giving back to charity to Tanzania and building tennis throughout that area, and also to the Johnny Mac Tennis Project. So it's a great cause. And with no further ado, let's welcome the brothers to the broadcast. So we start with John, the Hall of Famer. Tell me about this excitement. December 1st through the 8th, you're heading to the Serengeti with your brother. What's this all about?
I've actually been to Tanzania once before on a safari, so this is extremely exciting, a chance to get back with and be able to do some things I wasn't able to do, such as play tennis and visit the Maasais and learn a little bit more about the culture. So I'm excited, and hopefully it'll add some interest to our sport in Africa. That's long been a goal for all of us involved in tennis, so hopefully this will move the needle in that respect.
And Patrick, my friend, it's great to see you always. Welcome to the broadcast. So how do you feel about giving back to tennis and about this trip in general with your brother John heading to Africa?
We're going to try to do our part to bring some positive attention to Tanzania and to the rest of the world, that, you know, what tennis can do. And if we get the opportunity to continue to do that in the future, of course, we jump at that opportunity. But this is certainly a great chance to, as John said, do something that is a bucket list type of experience, and at the same time, hopefully move the needle a little bit as far as getting tennis attention in that part of the world.
Well, there's no question this is an amazing accolade and great for the sport of tennis. First match ever in the Serengeti, and I know they're grateful you're heading there. Now let's talk about a star in the sport, one of your good friends, John, Arthur Ashe, the great American legend. It's the 30-year anniversary of his passing. So tell me about your relationship with Arthur, the Hall of Famer, and what he meant to you and tennis.
Well, we played twice at Madison Square Garden in 1979 when I was sort of making my breakthrough, and Arthur was the top 6 player in the world, and 6 months later I had a heart attack. And then from that point was never able to play tennis again, and as you pointed out, became the Davis Cup captain, which is where we really got to know each other. But he supported me from the beginning, even when I was a young buck coming up and people were sort of coming after me. And Arthur was very supportive in the press as well as privately, and was sort of a mentor. You know, he was instrumental and helpful in me recognizing that it wasn't the time to go to South Africa in 1980 when they offered me a ton of money to go down there. And so I think that helped our relationship, because obviously there was a big age difference. And then we got to know each other well off the courts, but particularly in the Davis Cup matches, being able to discuss everything but tennis, truthfully. And I felt like it helped me quite a bit. And it was just a sad reality that someone as important to our sport as him was, got AIDS eventually and passed away at the age of 49. I only wish he had been able to see the court named after him and sort of been a bigger part of tennis. But obviously, for him, South Africa and Africa in general is extremely important to him. So if he's looking up from above 30 years later, hopefully he'll look at what we're, this obviously is a bucket list trip for us. So I'm not going to lie and tell you this is an amazing experience for us. But hopefully it will bring some more awareness and interest in our sport, because obviously to me it's always been a worldwide game. So but we have that issue in New York where I am right now. It's not as if it's not affordable enough in all parts of the world. So this is something that's been ongoing, and I will continue to pursue the rest of my life.
And Arthur was not only a legend on the court, but also a true statesman and an American hero. So what was your experience like with Arthur playing Davis Cup for the red, white, and blue?
It's safe to say we weren't particularly similar on the court. He was chasing after me at times. Hey, you don't need to yell at the umpire. that type of thing. He was one of the first to look at stats and I guess analytics and, all these other things that people are doing now. I thought it was crazy. To some degree, I still do, but that's what, where all sports are headed. So we had a great relationship, though. I mean, obviously, when you go out in the court, things happen and people don't always agree. But in truth, that we were a lot more similar than it appeared. Let's just say that.
And also the NBA and NFL have done great work in Africa, spreading their leagues and their sports throughout that continent. So how do you feel this event with John and you two together will help spread tennis throughout Africa, which is definitely needed at this time?
Well, we certainly hope so. I mean, that's definitely a big part of the goal of the trip, right? We don't have the resources that the NBA has or the NFL has, certainly, but that's a positive sign. And as John rightly noted, tennis is arguably the most global sport, probably outside of soccer, that there is in the world. So we hope this is a first step. If it's not, if it's a one-off, we think it's worth it to do it anyway, again, to bring tennis to this part of the world and to bring a little bit of attention to it, as far as being a first step towards a professional tournament or what have you. A lot of other things would certainly have to fall into place for that to happen. But we'll certainly, do our part to try to make some positive inroads in that respect as well.
Well, congratulations, John and Patrick. This event is going to be amazing. Also a trip to remember. And it's on December 1st through the 8th. Anyone can go. You just have to go to insidersexpedition.com/McEnroe to sign up and buy your tickets. And I can't wait to watch this match and to see all the highlights. So thank you so much and best of luck in Africa. And thanks for joining us here on World Tennis.